BMW X5 2013-2018. Hello everyone. The base Custom 6 is equipped with a turbocharger, rear one turbine and a double compressor scroll walk. Therefore, there is also enough moment and on-model sometime in excess. You have to pay with high oil consumption 500 grams per 1000 kilometers. Moreover, certain consider such figures to be normal. If the aperture is greater, you will have to take action, change volt stem seals or piston rings. Another reason is the faulty EGR, crankcase ventilation valve. By the way, the oil must meet the requirements for specific modification of the X5. Otherwise, valves with hydraulic compensator will start to coke. By 100,000 kilometers, you need to be ready to replace the engine mounts. If after updating them the motor continues to work with vibration, you will most likely have to buy a set of nozzles. At the same time, individual ignition coils are also updated, which rarely knows more than 100,000 kilometers. If the 6 loves oil, then the V8 simply whips it. True, only after the oil scraper rings glide down, usually after hundreds of thousands of kilometers, but often even earlier. The main means of combating the green coking is a more frequent oil change, on average every 7,000 to 8,000 kilometers, and not every 15,000 to 20,000 at the on-board computer devices. On a 4.4-liter engine, you must strictly monitor the misfire. As soon as you feel a slight switching of the engine at idle, immediately change the spark plugs. At the same time, it is better to install them from the heavy version. Such candles last much longer but cost only a little more. On the first machines, injection nozzles often pass full through poor quality seals. Therefore, after a long period of inactivity, a water hammer may occur when starting the engine. With restarting, the nozzles were replaced with new type parts and the problem was gone. High-quality oil and its timely replacement help to extend the life of the turbocharger. If your X5 doesn't have a turbo timer, install one or let the engine idle for a while to cool the supercharger bearings. This recommendation can equally be applied to diesel engines. The X5 has a whole quartet of them. Although by and large this is the same 3-liter inline turbo 6 and 57D30A with varying degrees of forcing. The base version produces 280 bhp and the next one with slightly increased burst pressure 248 bhp. The 330 bhp variant has 2 turbines, while the top 381 bhp version has 3. In general, they are all reliable. Closer to 100,000 kilometers, pay attention to the crankshaft damper. If it starts to flake, change it immediately. Otherwise, the damper will become shaggy and cause a lot of trouble. But the turbine easily lives up to 250,000 kilometers. If the turbine only sweats with oil, it's okay. In this stage, it will easily serve another 50 to 70,000. Just keep an eye on the oil level. Time engine resolves 200,000 kilometers. In fact, she can work even longer. Glow plugs last about the same amount, and injection nozzles are changed as they wear out, usually after 150,000 to 220,000 kilometers. In general, the motor can easily live up to 500 to 600,000. True, subject to quality and timely service. Good care won't hurt the 8-speed automatic ZF HP75 either. The oil is recommended to be changed on average every 6,000 to 8,000 kilometers. When replacing, it is better to change the filter. The peculiarity of the box is that the oil filter is assembled with a plastic case, which requires updating after its dismantling. In general, the unit turned out to be successful. However, owners often cheap the engine, sometimes unaware that along with power, torque also increased significantly. And then the box works at the limit of its capabilities. Hence the quick failures, about 100,000 kilometers, of the hydraulic valve block and the clutch package. After all, they don't drive slowly on cheap X5s. And then turning the jacket style doesn't prolong the life of the box. If you stick to a calm manner during sketch off-road or in deep snow, then the automatic transmission with proper care will live up to 300,000 kilometers. A harsh driving style also reduces the life of the ATC45L transfer case and the outer CV joints of the Grevon gearbox. Although much more often you have to change their answers. The driving style also affects the durability of the charge element. This stabilizer strut, the so-called bones, will be the first to remind you of themselves in the suspension. The time of wheel bearings and shock absorbers will come to 100,000. A surprisingly long maintenance free period, more than 100,000 kilometers, for the front starch support bearings. Many versions of the X5 are equipped with air suspension. Hose repair, needless to say, is quite expensive. However, so far she has not compromised herself in any way. Even pneumatic elements runs far beyond 100,000 kilometers with proper care. Unless in wet weather position, sensors start to fail. But there are no problems with the body. If sensors of corrosion are found on it, it means that the car has been in accident and has been handy-car after start. In addition, there is nothing special to rust here. The hood is aluminum, the front fenders are plastic. Only road chemicals harm chrome. After a couple of winters, the decorative coating becomes cloudy and swells. Parts were replaced under warranty for free. Door locks often get stuck and won't open. Power windows often fail. The drive cable moves in a plastic short and freezes in the cold. Usually the entire mechanism is replaced. Extraneous sounds may appear in the cabin. The armrest and trunk plate creak. Incomprehensible groans are emitted by the steering column when the steering wheel is rotated. The defect is treated by replacing the cassette ring on the steering column. The white stub rubbing against the plastic and the unpleasant sound disappears. Often dealers at their own expense change the lining of the driver's seat cushion. On almost a modification with a lazy interior, a crack appeared on it. But if the door starts to open on the go, don't rush to blame poorly adjusted locks for this. Defective clothes are to blame, they were changed for free. Numerous failures of interior equipment electronics were also treated under warranty. Any malfunction in the brake system, engine, box, or steering is reflected on the screen. Most of them are trifling. For example, the automatic transmission adapts to the driving style, and if the driver has changed and has the style, the box immediately gives an error. You will have to remove it from the dealer with diagnostics. But behind such worries, you can overlook really serious problems. Summing up, we can say that you can take a used X5. The main thing is to find an used option and a reliable channel with inexpensive and high-quality spare parts. And the best choice would be a diesel engine, preferably up to 258 horses. If you have heard such a motor, share information about what and how it breaks in the comments.